What's up, you guys? It's your boy Ben Mahari here, represent Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDBC and the entire basketball community. Um, I'm gonna hold another live stream, probably either tomorrow night or probably Saturday night. Depends on what time I'll have. I'll let y'all know, in the community post when I'll go live. You know what I'm saying? But I want to personally thank the people that have been supporting the channel. Though, man, y'all been so grateful and helping my channel grow there, you guys. So, I've always been thankful for that, man. And we're gonna continue on pushing videos and always pushing out the truth. But with that being said, let's get down to the business at hand here, shall we? And before I begin the video, I want to say salute to Ticket TV, salute to LB, Too Raw for TV, Lamont Lane, FIF Sports Base, LVZ. Those guys, though, man. Salute to them for pushing out this narrative that's been going on around here about the lies that Shannon Sharp, played himself again. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about this by now, but I haven't had a chance to get my 2 cents in the whole situation. So, but here it goes. So basically, I was just, minding my business until I heard about this whole story again about what Shannon Sharp, regurgitated off a fake tweet that Kevin Durant basically said. So this is what Shannon Sharp basically said on, during an episode of Undisputed. He pretty much was basing his lame argument talking about how Kevin Durant supposedly said, people try to discredit my rings, but honestly, I feel like the most valuable player they're the most valuable of our era. People argue that LeBron James is the GOAT, but if I beat him back-to-back finals, then what does that make me? End quote. Now, this is what happened. This is what happened back last month. There was a fake KD account that basically made that quote, and then basically Kevin Durant had to come out and basically discredit that quote, basically saying that he never said the quote, and I believe him on that. Now, Shannon Sharp obviously saw the quote and basically tried to run with it and try to do another smear campaign against Kevin Durant. Y'all know where I'm going with this. And then after the whole situation went down, Kevin Durant basically, came back at him. Let me take down the title real quick. And as you can see right here, you can see the responses that Kevin Durant pretty much had to say. Okay? He pretty much had to basically reply back to basically of all the things that Shannon Sharp pretty much said. He talked about how Shannon Sharp went on TV, responded to this quote like I actually said this. Gullible fans would believe it or say, you think you was thinking this way anyway. It's comedy at this point. And I agree with Kevin Durant on that. Then after that, Shannon Sharp comes back supposedly and basically was out there, did his rant on Undisputed and lied once again. Then KD came back and said, y'all drunk uncle out here lying again. When did I say this, Shannon Sharp? And with the question marks. Now, keep this in mind, you guys. Kevin Durant was not trying to move the goalposts or nothing like that. He basically asked a direct question to Shannon Sharp. Did I ever said this? And when did I said this? This was a direct question. And you want to know what Shannon Sharp did? Instead of just being a responsible man and directly answering the question, you know what he decided to do? He went on Twitter and moved the goalposts because he knew he got eaten and exposed on a lie. And this is what he pretty much said. He said, y'all remember the fake account when KD said, now everybody want to play for the Heat and the Lakers? Let's go back to being competitive and go at these people. Then joins the 7-3-9 Warriors and builds the Nets into a superpower team with Kyrie and Harden. OMG. Like, what are you talking about, Shannon? KD was literally asking you a direct question. He was not coming at you in any way. He was going directly and asking you the question. Then what you decide to do is move the goalpost and try to steer the conversation away from that. And KD wasn't having that. Wasn't having it. So then after that, Kevin Durant pretty much came back at him once again and says, oh, Shannon refuses to respond to me. Yo, Shannon, why are you using your platform to push fake quotes about me? And then Shannon comes back and says, KD, if you want to talk to me, I'm not hard to find. I'm not going back and forth on social media. Whatever our differences are, they can be handled out here in the eye, out of the eye of social media. Here's the problem, though. Here's a little problem, though, that I have with that. You came out and used a fake tweet that supposedly Kevin Durant pushed out, which never happened, and then tried to spew your guts on Undisputed on that fake tweet. So What does that even mean when you say, "Oh, well, let's hand it outside out of the social media"? When you're the one who brought it out to the public in the first place, and Kevin Durant was playing the game that you were sending out to play. Okay, if you want to discuss that tweet outside of that, you could have talked to KD directly outside of that without social media and talked about it behind the scenes. But no, you didn't do that. You came on your show and pushed out something that was completely false and completely bogus. All right. And then what does Kevin Durant do absolutely after that? Bam. He comes back and says, we could talk in front of everybody. It ain't that serious, Shannon. You go on TV in front of everybody, push on fake shit, but now you want to talk in private? Why are you lying on TV, Shannon? Then the big one of all, as you can see, right, as you can see from all the quotes out there, what does he do? What does Shannon Sharp do in reply? I wonder. He blocks him. Basically blocks him. And then pretty much KD says after that, I'm the sensitive one. Right. See, this is why this is why all of the channels that I named earlier have been trying to tell y'all what the media likes to do. This is the dark side of what the media analysts like to do when to push around these narratives. They love to take little quotes or make a falsehood or a lie and try to use that as a smear campaign and then use it as the truth. And what do the casual fans like to do? They like to take that lie and just try to run with it as a smear campaign. And it happens all the time. And those channels that I told you about, even LVZ has even mentioned this, that at some point these players are going to start regurgitating a lot of the points that I'm talking about and start combating against all the false narratives that have been spewed all over the media. Because we know for a fact that the media loves to use these lies as a smear campaign instead of using the actual facts and the actual truth. You know what I mean? What does Tiki TV talk about all the time? He talks about how the media likes to make false narratives to try to use it for their own personal agenda. And it dates back to the simple fact that Kevin Durant pretty much decided to join the Golden State Warriors and prevent LeBron James, their favorite media darling, from winning all them championships. That's what it is. And ever since then, the KD hate train has been expanded through the roof. All right. Now, you can criticize Kevin Durant for whatever the reason that you may have, but use actual facts instead of using emotions and false narratives. But here's the problem with that. The media plays a huge role in creating all these lies. All right? They play a huge role in creating these false narratives and these false statements here and try to discredit the player or what he's achieved throughout his career. And it's becoming much more ridiculous every single time. It's one of the big reasons why, personally, I don't even watch these debate shows anymore. It's pretty much garbage. Like, I'm not wasting my time listening to these TV analysts who never even played the game of basketball in their lives, all right, and try to tell these other players that have put their hard work in every single day to play in the NBA and play at elite levels, like what KD does every day, all right, and then you want me to listen to these guys on TV, then rather than listening to what the player does all the time, man, get out of here with that. And this is one of the reasons why we basically been out here. These channels exist to push back against the false narratives, and that's pretty much is what it is about that. All right, and I salute Kevin Durant for doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And trust me, when I'm telling you this though, right now, you're going to see a lot more of these similar situations that are going to be happening in the next few years. All right, starting from now and onward, because right now these players are starting to notice a lot of the lies and a lot of the fake narratives that you're seeing out there that you see in the media. And right now, it is looking bad out here in these streets. You wonder why not many people watch the NBA as much these days. It's because it's not just about the whole super team issue, which I'm going to do in a separate video later on in the afternoon, but it's because of the fact that the media plays a major role in a lot of these lies and contradictions on these players and associations and executives, and now it's influencing the casual fans. And you're seeing a lot of these players bounce, combating against a lot of these false lies and a lot of these, red herrings and illogical fallacies to what the media is trying to promote and push. And so I don't have an issue at all what Kevin Durant did. He did exactly what any man's supposed to do. Come back with a direct question and get to the bottom of it. Shannon Sharp did not want to do that. He tried to move the goalposts. And you see, and another thing too, this is why I don't like to go in debates anymore. You know why? Because anytime you go into the debate, all right, anytime when you try to use legitimate facts, people don't want to hear the legitimate actual facts. They like to move the goalposts to what their narrative and what their favorite agenda is and keep regurgitating those talking points instead of using the actual facts in the argument. When you beat somebody to the actual arguments and the actual facts of the entire subject, that's when you got the person. All right. And so in this situation, Kevin Durant was in the right. Shannon Sharp was in the wrong. And the bottom line is, you want to sit here and try to say, oh, let's talk behind the scenes when you're the one who actually brought it out publicly in the first place. That makes you sound like a hypocrite, Shannon. Listen, it does. It legitimately makes Shannon Sharp look like a damn hypocrite. You know what I mean? And he works for a network like Fox Sports with on Undisputed, which basically is a comedy show at this point, and which is why I don't even bother watching it at all, because it's absolute garbage. It's complete comedy. It's false narratives, and people's reputations and people's credibility get smeared in these kind of debate shows like Undisputed and First Take every single day. I mean, why bother into the comedy fest? You know what I mean? So that's really pretty much the double standards of what the NBA media is. And I'm telling you all right now, this is going to keep continuing, and you're going to see more players come batting from this. And trust me, this is not the first time, and it certainly will not be the last. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And with that, I'm out. Peace.